Hello everybody! Alright, so this is the second part of my vanity decluttering video. So some of this stuff actually you have seen already. I moved some of the things that I talked about moving to my vanity from my last couple of videos, and some of the stuff will be moving back into my Sterilite containers, but I just did my little 3-drawer everyday makeup that included lips, eyes, and blushes. So now I'm going to move on to the stuff that's in this drawer right down here and the stuff that's sitting on top. So I'm sorry if some of this looks a little bit awkward as I'm filming. I don't know how to easily film this stuff because I can't take that drawer out, and then the stuff on top I'm just going to go through. Some of it's just everyday stuff and it's not going to be spent a whole lot of time on it. So sitting up here on top are some of the things that I just use pretty much every day, and I really need to clean up my brush area. So back here you will notice that I have like cups holding my brushes. Here are the brushes that I almost never use. These are a mixture of random different types, but they're sitting in one of the Sigma brush holder container kits. I have 2 of these candle holders, which I just DIY glammed up a little bit. If you want to see how to do that, I can show you guys how to do a DIY on that one. But in them I have sand because it's what I had. That was a terrible idea. I need to get base filler or something so that that doesn't get everywhere, because I don't know, you guys probably can't see it, but I have sand everywhere from that. This overflowing situation over here is my mostly face brushes. So I have some Sigma ones, some Real Techniques ones, and some Diva Beauty ones, which I'm going to be doing a review on here shortly. So those are all hanging out up there. I need a bigger cup to hold these, I think, because there's just not enough room in them and they all fall out. So we're just going to move these out of the way for the time being. First thing I have up here that I really love is this Garnier Bb Cream, and this one is for the combination to oily skin, so it stays on my skin a lot better. My skin tends to be really dry sometimes in the winter, but most of the time it's really oily. So this stuff is really great for staying on, and I like to pair that with this really nasty looking Tarte BB tinted treatment, and this one is in fair, and I actually need one in light instead of fair because this one's a little bit too light for me. But I like these as a combo because it gives me enough coverage that, you know, my acne isn't showing through or anything like that. So these I like together. This one's actually large quantity gone, so hopefully I'll be able to get rid of that and get one that actually fits me. My other 2 foundations that I have sitting up here, I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear makeup, and this one's in 1 and 2 Ecru, and I really like this one quite a bit. It looks really nice. It's mostly gone at this point, but I would definitely repurchase this one because it looks nice on the skin. And then I also have a Revlon Colorstay one. You actually saw this already in my, technically my lip drawer decluttering video. I switched out this one. I used to have this one sitting on my vanity, and this one is the one in normal to dry, and my skin has gotten too oily during the summer to use this one, so this one went into my lip drawer, and this one's sitting on my vanity now. I don't know if you guys have figured this out by now, but I kind of have a thing for highlighters. So I have actually 4 highlighters sitting up here. I have 2 of the ones from the Balm. So I have the Mary Luminizer. This one is more of the champagne-y highlight color. This one is absolutely gorgeous. That one I use fairly frequently. And then I got this one on Hot Look. This one's a Cindy Luminizer. This one is more like pink toned. I really don't like this one all that much, but I need to play with it a little bit more and experiment. But I'm going to put this one in my face drawer so it's not clogging up my counter right now. And then I have this Hard Candy one. This is technically a baked bronzer, but this one's antique-y and it's really just a highlight. It's very pretty. And then I have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is, you know, the one you hear a ton about anyway. This one is in Soft and Gentle. I really like this one a lot too. Sitting up here, I have my Naked Basics palette from Urban Decay. That looks super beat up. So this one, like, got stuff spilled on it and the packaging got all messed up. And then when I got it, the color Venus was falling out already and slightly cracked, and it's cracked some more. I've dropped it a couple times. But I love this palette. It's not one I can easily travel with anymore. I absolutely adore this one. This one is one of the best ones for just basic everything you need. You know, blending out colors, highlight colors, things like that. This one's gorgeous and it's one of my go-tos. Then you will have seen this already. This is Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette. I pulled this one up into my vanity because I thought that it was going to be a good fit for me right now because it's summer, but actually this is still too dark for me. I probably need to gain a little bit more color before I can even consider wearing that one, but if I mix these, it's okay-ish. The setting powder over here isn't bad, so I should actually leave this up here though and see if I can get to it as the summer goes on. These are 2 eyeshadows that I absolutely love. The first one is Steel as Kitten. This one is absolutely gorgeous, champagne-y color. This is one of my go-tos. I've been using this one a lot lately. You'll see it in my June favorites. This one is an Essence eyeshadow. This one is in Party All Night. And this one's just a pretty bronzy color. But these are both gorgeous colors. I actually need to move these down to my drawer so they're not sitting on top. I have several powders sitting up here right now that are sort of in use for me. The Tarte Smooth Operator Micronized Clay Finishing. This is what I've used under my eyes for right now, and I'm working on using up. I really like it. It makes my eyes pretty smooth underneath, and I don't notice a lot of creasing. I also have the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. Not my favorite. It's supposed to make your pores go away a little bit more, but I don't know that it does a whole lot. I'm actually going to move this down to my face drawer so it's out of the way because I have too much stuff cluttering my vanity anyway. And then I have the powder that I'm using right now. This is the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat. It's a decent powder. I feel like it ends up making me look a little bit cakey, but I want to use it now because it's a little bit too dark for me in a normal time. So this one is definitely one that I need to work on using up now rather than waiting until winter. I have one of my Project Pan items sitting up here. This is my Maybelline Dream Mousse Blush. This one, it's getting there. It's almost done. I am not a fan of this blush anymore. It keeps caking up and like the little particles of it keep balling up and spilling everywhere. I actually cleaned out the inside of this drawer down here this morning and I had a ton of these things, so I will look forward to when this is done. And then I have the Benefit Erase Paste. This one is in number 1 light. I've just been using this under my eyes. It's decent. I'm not in love with it. I have a couple of primer type things sitting up here right now. I have a sample of this Garnier 5 Second Blur Anti-Skin Renew. I haven't tried it yet. I actually set it up here so that I will remember to try it. I have this Hard Candy Sheer MB Skin Illuminating Primer. It's not one of my favorites. I have some other ones that I like better. I set it up here to remind myself to use it, but I'm actually going to switch out different primers and I'm not going to go to this one right now, so I'm actually going to put this back in my face drawer. I have my bronzer sitting up here, and this is the Maybelline Dream Sun Matte Bronzer. I've talked about this in a couple of my videos. It's just a limited edition bronzer. I really like it. I'm trying to use more of it up, so I've been sticking with this one and not switching out too much lately. Random Mess, I will wipe this off once I get everything kind of cleaned up off of here. Then I have several palettes that are just hanging out up here. I actually need to put some of these away so they're not sitting out, but I have the Too Faced Naturalized palette. I absolutely adore this one. It's a great go-to everyday palette. It's beautiful. Alright, I've rearranged slightly because I wiped some things down, but a couple of the other things that I didn't mention that are sitting on my vanity before I move on to this corner over here that you haven't seen yet. I have usually whatever styling tool I'm using at the time, so right now sitting up here I have my cheap Remington Wet to Straight straightening iron. It's not great, but whatever, it works. So the other thing that normally sits on my vanity on a regular basis is this mirror. So it's a two-sided mirror. This side is magnified, the other side is not, and it lights up. It is a Revlon mirror that my boyfriend's mom got me for Christmas a couple years ago, and it just always sits up here. This is usually what I look in to do my makeup rather than the big mirrors actually behind me. Stuff in my last corner before I move on to my drawer here is palettes and things like that. First up, I have a couple of sprays. So I have the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which I actually really love. And this one I talked about, I prefer this one to this one, which is the Urban Decay De-Slick. I've been using this one as like a primer on my face before I do my makeup in an attempt to use it because they're both like $30 and expensive and I don't want to waste this one. And then I have a little mini travel size that I got a long time ago of the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This one I just use sometimes to do my traveling, so I just dump this stuff into here so that I have a smaller version. Those usually sit in the back corner. Sitting up here, and I don't know why it's sitting up here, one of these, it's like a beauty blender, but it's not. I think it was a Sonia Kashuk one, but then I actually got the real beauty blenders, and I prefer those. This one's actually kind of crappy, and it's time for it to get thrown anyway, so I'm going to throw that away. The last section up here, before I move down to the drawer, are my palette organizers, and this is actually kind of gross looking. This is actually just like an envelope mail sort of thing that I got from Walmart that I'm going to do a DIY project on here, so I will put a video up of that and I'll link that here once I do have that done. But I have my palettes just sitting in here to get out of the way. I've got my Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay sitting up here, my Meet Matte Nude palette by the Balm, if you're not familiar with that one. It's just matte shades, obviously. That one I need to play with more because I don't really use it and I think it might be good. I have like a Lorac limited edition little palette that's got really pretty purples and pinks in it. Balm Voyage palette. This one's got 16 shadows. This one's a pretty massive palette actually. My Lorac Pro 1 palette. I actually really want to get the Lorac Pro 2 palette, but I know I shouldn't. So for right now, that one will have to suffice. And actually back here, I have a whole bunch of samples hanging out. I've got some Hourglass samples sitting here that I should really just try out and see how they are. So I've got like the Immaculate Nude Liquid Powder Foundation. I've got some Hourglass stuff. I need to put those up front so I remember to use those. I got some Makeup Forever Rouge Artist things that I need to put in my lip drawer so I remember to use or put somewhere. I have this Way to Go Beauty Ideal Skin Perfect Finish stuff. I'm just going to throw away. I've actually had this for quite a while and I don't really trust it anymore. I have Clinique Moisture Tint stuff and some Becca stuff. I just need to set these out so that I remember to use them, otherwise I forget that they're stuffed back there. So this is my somewhat cleaned up version of my top of my vanity, so there's at least not stuff absolutely everywhere right now. And in case you were wondering, this vanity I got from Amazon. I will try to find which one it is specifically and link that for you guys. It was fairly inexpensive. It was like $150, I think. It wasn't super expensive. So I'm going to move into the drawer piece now and share that with you guys. A lot of that stuff I probably won't be getting rid of, but I just want to show you what I keep in there and how I organize it, and organize it a little bit better for myself as well. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in there. This is a general overview of the drawer here that goes inside. It fits actually quite a bit in it, and I kind of stuff it full, but these little things here, these white containers, I got from Target. I think they were in actually like the kitchen utensil spot, and again, I've actually been in this drawer already today and kind of wiped down these things because they looked really gross. White is not a good choice for organizing your makeup, especially because I do my foundation first and usually with my hands, and then it looks really gross because I touch those things. It's, you know, kind of a mess. But I'm going to go through what's in here. Actually, some of the stuff I'm going to move out of it for now, so I will show you guys what I'm moving out as I go and kind of what I keep in here. So we'll start over here. This is mostly the eye drawer, so I've got my Tweezerman eyelash curlers and my Tweezerman tweezers. They hang out in there. And then I have a ridiculous amount of eyeliners and eye pencils and things like that. This I know I'm going to keep in there. This is Milani Brow and Eye Highlight in Matte Cream and Luminous Lift. I really like this pencil actually quite a bit. I have so many other pencils in there right now. I think what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to lay these on the floor again and do it that way, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to hold these up and share them with you easily. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch angles real quick and then I'll share with you guys what else is in there. Alright, so eyeliner drawer. I have way too many eyeliners in here that I'm not using right now, so I should actually just move some of these around. Most of these in here right now are Urban Decay ones. First one I have is this Urban Decay one in Zero, the Basic Black, and then one in Oozy and Empire. Both of these I'm in the process of using up for my project Pan. I'm making pretty good progress. I like all of these quite a bit. I'm going to keep my one and only liquid eye pencil in there for right now. This is the Jordana Fabula liquid liner. I don't use liquid liners very often, but this one's a pretty decent one and it's fairly cheap. It's just got like the felt tip pin to it. It's pretty decent. I'm going to keep that one in there since it's the only one I have. I'm going to keep a couple of my more nude type pencils here. So I have the Rimmel Scandalize in nude, and then the Jane water resistant eyeliner in rose gold, I think maybe? I don't even know how I tell. I think this one's in rose gold, but they're both very pretty. Good ones for the waterline. A lot of these are just very similar and I'm not using them right now, so I might as well just move them down. I've got these three Urban Decay ones that are Rockstar, which is purpley one, Desperation, which is kind of a grey brown, and Demolition, which is kind of a brownish. I haven't used any of these in quite a while. I also have Urban Decay Black Market, which I'm not using as long as I'm using Zero. And then this one in West, which is a brown. Not really using any of these right now because I'm focusing on my other eyeliner, so I'm going to move those to my eye drawer for right now since I'm not using them and they're just taking up space in this drawer. I have this blue one in ink, which I'm not really using right now, that I might as well move. I have these two, which are pretty similar, that aren't getting used right now. I have the NYX Slide On Glide On in Golden Bronze, and the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On one in Smog. Both of those are bronzy colors that aren't getting used as long as I'm using my other one, so those will move out of the way for now. I have these two greens. I have the NYX Slide On Glide On in Tropical Green and the Urban Decay 24/7 one in Apathy. I like to use a green in the waterline sometimes, or like on the lower lash line for pop of color occasionally, so for right now I'm going to leave Apathy in there and I'm going to take this one out. The eyebrow pencil that I just got in my Ipsy bag, which I'm not using right now because I'm using another eyebrow pencil, so that's going to go in my eye drawer. A couple of purples here. I really like this Purple Blaze one, so I'm going to leave that one in there. Riot by Urban Decay and Manline by Urban Decay. Those can both go in my other one since they're not getting used. This is the Nicka K Shimmer eyeliner that I just got in my Ipsy bag. It's a liquid blue eyeliner like the color of this cap. I played with it a little bit. I need to play with it some more. I'm really scared of leaving it on my eyes for a long time because a lot of people have talked about that it stays on for way too long. I'm kind of scared of that, but I'll play with it some more and let you guys know. I have my YBF eyebrow pencil that is almost gone. You will see in a Project Pan video soon, hopefully, that this thing is used up. And then I have this jewel toned NYX eyeliner pencil that I used to like to wear in my waterline quite a bit. I'm actually going to leave that in there. That's a lot gone, so I could probably use that up fairly soon if I get back into it. And then just for fun, this NYX Platinum eyeliner, which is a really pretty silver. It's a really nice one. So I just relocated some of those so that it's not so overwhelming, the amount of eyeliners that I have in here, because I had way too many in here. So as I get done with some of those, I'll rotate some of the other ones that I just moved back into my eye drawer in, but I don't need all these right now. This next drawer is more my concealer drawer, and I actually have one mascara in there for no apparent reason. I have my CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless Eye Concealer, and this one's supposed to have like, you mix them up and there's the two. This one's not bad. I'm using other eye concealers right now, so I might as well move this to my face drawer and out of the way for right now, but it's decent. This is the current concealer that I'm using right now. This is the Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. This one's in light golden. This one's in my project pan. I'm working on using it up. It's a really good full coverage concealer. It doesn't match perfectly well with me right now. It's a little bit dark, but it's a pretty good concealer. I have the Clump Crusher by Last Blast mascara. I've been actually getting back into using this one because I know that I've had it for quite a while and I actually should probably get rid of it soon, so I've been trying to use it while I still have it before I get rid of it. I have this CoverGirl and Olay concealer, which is actually too dark for me. It never really matches with my skin tone. I like the way that it applies, but it doesn't work for me very well, so I'm actually going to see if my sister might want this one because she is a little bit darker complected than I am. I have this Revlon Colorstay concealer. This is a blemish one in Fair. This one actually matches me really well. I don't like this one as much because it's not super high coverage, but I usually use these two together and it works pretty well because the color evens out and the coverage evens out between the two of them. This one though, I'm definitely not going to repurchase when it's done. And then I have two of my under eye concealers. This one is my Garnier Skin Renew Anti-Dark Circle, which I'm working on using up. Hopefully it's almost gone. I've had this thing for a very long time. And then Ooh La Lift, which is probably about down to here by now. It's just a brightening, like a white color that I put under my eyes. In this container, I have kind of a random assortment of stuff. So I have 3 Bare Mineral eyeshadow duos that were on sale at Ulta that was like a buy 2 get 1 free deal, so I bought 3 of them. I have this one in the top shelf. It's got a pretty gold champagne-y color, one I always go for. I really like those though. This one is in the Inspiration, and it's just a couple of purples that are pretty nice. And then this one is in the 15 Minutes, which is kind of a pinky color and then more of a burgundy color, which are pretty nice. I like all of those. I just don't always reach for them. I don't know why, I just don't. I have a couple of mascaras that are also in use right now. So in addition to this one open and the Jordana one that I had in my other video, I have this one, the Rocket Volume Express. That's a waterproof one. They're real. This one actually I need to toss out pretty soon. I've had this for a long time. I'm trying to use a little bit more of it so I feel like I got my money's worth, but it's not great, so that one's going to be going soon. And then my little sample that I got from Urban Decay of the Urban Decay Perversion mascara that's coming out on the 17th, I believe. Those are the mascaras that are typically sitting in my drawer right now. And then I have a couple of eye priming products. So I have my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which is actually just about done. That one's probably going to be in an empties video soon. I have my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This one's in Sin. It's just a shimmery champagne color. I need to use this one more often. I kind of forget I have it. It's just really pretty shimmery color. I have this Tarte Eye Brightener, so it's got like a more champagne-y side that's supposed to be like the day side and a more pinky side that's supposed to be the night side. I've been trying to getting into using that one more recently. And then I have this Milani Shadow Eyes in Champagne Toast. And I've just been using this like the cream bases again. It's a champagne-y color. Who would have guessed? And then my Anastasia Brow Gel in Auburn. Alright, my last couple of drawer type or organizer type things that I've got in there are mostly using eyeshadows. So I got this eyeshadow from L'Oreal. This one is in Morning Light. I bought this one because Carissa Pukas or Saturday Night's Alright had this one. She always used it as a highlight and it's really pretty. I just forget I have it and never wear it, so I need to put that one at the front and remember I have it. I have these two Wet n Wild single eyeshadows. This one's in Brûlée, which is a really just nice basic matte highlight, and this one is in Nutty, which is again more of like the bronzy coppery color, which is pretty. I don't reach for either of those as much as I should. Makeup Forever Aqua Cream eyeshadow. This one I love with my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. It's just like a rose gold color that's gorgeous. I have all of my L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows sitting up here. So I have one in Amber Rush, is probably my most used. I have one in Bronze Taupe. I have this one in Burst into Bloom. I did a tutorial with this one, and this one, which is Silver Sky. I will link those in the annotation or in the down bar if you want to see those. And then the other 3 that I have Sherry Mary, which I also have a tutorial with. I will link that in the down bar. Strawberry Blonde, which is like a kind of duochromy pink color. Glistening Garnet, which I actually got in the CVS sale, which is just a really pretty garnet color. This one I'm actually going to move to my everyday eye drawer so it's out of the way. And then I have like these random face products. I have this My Prime Multi-Purpose Mattifying Moisturizer that I'm actually been using, trying to use up anyway, just underneath my makeup to block some of my oils. I have this Dr. Jart Black Label Detox BB Balm. I've been using this on days that I don't know I'll be outside for a while, and this actually matches me pretty well. I really like the Dr. Jart BB Balms. I used to have a full size, but I used it up recently. And I have a Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream, and for some reason this one's in light to medium and is way too dark for me, so I've been working on mixing that in with other foundations just so that I can use it up and not let it go to waste. For eyeshadow palettes that I have sitting in my little thing, little small eyeshadow palettes anyway, I have this one in Silent Treatment, which is kind of pretty purples, purple gray and things like that. I'm actually going to move this to my eye drawer for right now though, because I don't use it and it's taking up space. This Walking on Eggshell Wet n Wild palette, which a lot of people have heard of. This one's really pretty, but I'm not using it right now. I'm going to move it out of the way for now. This one is one of my all-time favorite quads. This one is the Maybelline Eye Studio one in Mad for Mauve, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. I shoved this one to the back of the drawer and forgot that I had it, and I pulled it out recently, and I absolutely love this one. This one's great. This is a NYX Eyeshadow Trio that has Golden, Rust, and Walnut Bronze. It's pretty decent, but I forget that it's sitting over there and I don't use it very often. I'm actually going to put that in my eye drawer, so it's out of the way for right now. And then this is my Essence Sun Club Glamour To Go eyeshadow. This one's in South Beach. And this one has some really pretty colors in it, but I just don't know how to use it. So if you guys have any suggestions for this one, or if you've done any tutorials, you know, videos of it, let me know, because I just don't know how to use this one and I never end up playing with it. So this one's also going to my eyeshadow drawer for right now, so it's not taking up space. Alright, the last few things in here that are sitting around here that I haven't gotten to yet, I have the Sonia Kashuk Undetectable Cream Bronzer in Warm Tan. This one I always forget to use. It's just a cream bronzer, but I always forget about this one and I never use it, so I'm going to leave it in here so I can try to remind myself to use that up sometimes. I have the Bare Minerals Well Rested powder. I have not found a good way to make this work yet. I cannot make it look decent under my eyes. If you guys have any suggestions for this one, I leave it in there in hopes that one day I'll make it work, but I never have yet, so let me know if you were able to make that work and what you did with it. I have another beauty blender because I got them on Birchbox, I think, in a set. So I'm going to move my one that was sitting up there and put them both down there. I have this Girl Meets Pearl highlighter from Benefit. I haven't used this one a whole lot because I've been using my Benefit High Beam so much recently, so I'm going to leave that in there and force myself to use it as I get done with that one. I have this Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Illuminating Serum, which I've had for quite a while, and I thought I would try to use it up, but when I did, my face didn't react well to it, so I'm actually going to throw this away because I think I've had it too long and it's starting to separate anyway and getting kind of gross. 3 Benefit things. You've already seen Positint and Benetint in one of my other declutterings, and I moved them over here so I would try to use them. High Beam sitting over here is actually my Project Pan, and I'm almost done with it. It's pretty close to the bottom here, so those are just sitting in there so they don't fall over and tip everywhere. I have this little brush that I sometimes use with one of my boxed powders from Benefit. This primer, which I'm using right now, which is almost done. It has 1, maybe 2 more uses, and then you'll see it in my product empties. This is a YBF Perfect Prep Face Primer. It's decent, it's not great. And then the other thing that I have sitting in here are these blotting powders. How cute is this packaging though? I think this packaging is adorable. So they're just little powders to blot your face. So it's not all that much more organized, but it's somewhat more organized. It's decent. So that is my organized mostly vanity. I do have some palettes and stuff that are sitting off to the side of my vanity that I haven't gone over yet, but I know I'm not taking anything out of there, so I didn't go through those with you guys. If you're curious about those and you want to see, I could do a quick review of all the palettes that I have. Otherwise, this is it for my makeup decluttering video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please rate, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to see more decluttering videos, I'm sure I'm going to go through my bathroom supplies and things like that, so my fragrances, my body washes, shampoos, stuff like that. So if you'd like to see that, leave a thumbs up so that I know you're still interested in seeing decluttering videos. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.